evening, friends and neighbors, or shall I say this afternoon.
Welcome back to the Denver Broncos franchise on Madden 22. I'm your host, longtime listener. Be sure to drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and comment below. We are in Week 11. We're coming into this next matchup at 6-3 against the 5-4 Titans, who have a pretty good defense, but the offense has some gaps, to say the least. They've got Derrick Henry, though, and that makes up for a lot of challenges. This is a game that we're going to actually simulate because we beat the Patriots in Week 10. We have already actually gone through the process of setting up our strategy and everything for this game. So we're ready to go ahead and just get right into it. Let's advance to next week and see how we do in Week 11. And keep in mind that we are tied with the Chargers right now at 6-3 in the AFC West, which is second best in the conference behind the Patriots, who we just beat. And we win a tight one, 17-15. Let's take a look at the schedule here and see how things unfolded in that one. We only got 6 staff points, but that's actually enough to get us the next purchase that we want. And while we're actually looking at this, I'm going to point something out. You see here it says that I played this game twice, and it's because for probably like the 5th time since I've started doing these playthroughs or whatever, I started the game with the wrong playbook. I think from now on, I'm gonna just if I start the game with the wrong playbook, I'm just gonna roll with it, and that way it's a little bit more of a challenge for us, and maybe we lose a game or two that we're actually playing in live time or whatever. So you'll see less and less of this where it shows that I played a game more than once, with the only exception at that point being really if I start playing a game and then realize that I haven't been recording, I will probably start over. Unless it's like I recorded most of it and then didn't get the end, and it was a part of the game that didn't really have a lot going on as far as like high pressure situations, if the game was kind of already out of control or whatever. So anyway, you look here, they beat us in every facet of the game except for points. We ended up winning the fourth quarter 14-6 to come back and get the win late, but they outran us, they outthrew us, they had more first downs, they had more everything. There were no turnovers. And as you can see here, we apparently converted on a 4th down that must have been a big one. And then here, red zone percentage, we got there and put up touchdowns in 2 of our 3 trips, where they were only able to put up 1 touchdown. And it might have been that they put that touchdown up late in the 4th quarter and went for 2 to try and tie it, and we stopped them. That's kind of how it looks like things unfolded there. So that would have been a fun game to be at. We end up getting the victory. Brett Morris was, again, just kind of okay on the day. No interceptions. That's critical. He threw for just 1 touchdown and 173 yards on 29 attempts. Tannehill was all right, 20 of 36, but he was sacked 3 times. And then, again, they just couldn't find the end zone through the air or really much else otherwise. Decent day for Derrick Henry at 98 yards on 17 carries, but a long of 10 tells me that for the most part we did a good job, not letting him beat us. Javonte Williams fumbled, but it looks like we got it back, obviously. That's big. And otherwise, he had a pretty rough day, just 2.9 yards a carry. Cohen 38 yards on, or 30 yards on 8 carries. Stevenson came in, ran it 1 time for 1 yard and got the touchdown on a short yardage situation, so that's kind of interesting. Through the air, Ferkser the best receiver by far on either team, 9 catches, 92 yards. Quez Watkins, 4 catches, 73 yards. Our leading receiver was Noah Fant with 51 yards, but Jerry Jeudy, 5 catches, 49, and a touchdown. Not a bad day. Tim Patrick contributing. Cortland Sutton, 4 catches, but just 7 yards a catch. We've got to get better at finding ways to move the ball in big chunks through the air. We just have not done that this year. Defensively, Ronald Darby, our leading tackler, with 8. McPherson had 7, so he's continuing to do a pretty decent job for us. There was only 1 sack. Actually, no, 4 sacks, and we had all of them. Johnston had 2. Malik Reed got 1. Oh no, it's Jeffrey Simmons got 1 for them. So we had 3 and they had 1. There were no interceptions, no missed field goals or anything that kind of made a difference in this one. And then Gervasi, 5 or 6 punts with a net average inside of 40 yards. Not a very good day. And who's this guy? J.K. Scott, 2 punts, netting 50 yards per. So a pretty decent day for him, but they lose 17-15, a tight one, and we pick up a win. And now, excuse me, we've got staff points that we can go ahead and spend. We'll get to those in a second. Let's first go ahead and set our strategy for this game against the Bills, which we are also going to simulate. This will be the second of our simulations. We'll leave it on defend the outside run. If they consider that to be our best approach from a game planning perspective, we'll just roll with it. Defensively, though, we are going to go with the blitz counter. I want to get better at moving the football, even if teams aren't necessarily, set up to where that's our best strategy. We need to get better at it if we're going to be, Super Bowl contenders. So, fight through it for now so that we get better at it and can use it later. That's the way I look at it. All right. So, we've got player upgrades to deal with, and then I think we should be about ready. Actually, a staff upgrade to deal with. Then we sim week 12. Did the Chargers win? Yes. So did the Chiefs. So the Raiders lost again. They are 1-9. As a Raiders fan, that's really hard for me to watch. But it's amazing that the Raiders, as I watch or record this, the Raiders are on the verge of playoff bid. They've got this game coming up with the Chargers that's a winner get in scenario. And apparently if the Colts lose to the Jaguars, then the Chargers and Raiders, I read an interesting article that basically said if their game ends in a tie, they both are in the playoffs. I think regardless of who wins, they're both in, but knowing that even if they tie, they're still both in, they could just go out and kneel the ball on every single play so that nobody gets hurt, the game is over really fast, and they're healthy going into the playoffs, which would be hilarious to watch. It would be more likely that it's like they just have sort of a secret agreement that we're just going to run it up the middle pretty much every play. Maybe we'll throw it downfield occasionally or whatever just to avoid suspicion about collusion in our efforts here, but nobody gets hurt in this game, period. I don't know how you pull that off with, competitive professional athletes, but man, would that be awesome. Anyway, we've got that big staff point upgrade there to where our offensive line all get a +4 power bonus, which is a big, big help in the running game. So we'll see if that helps us. Now we got the Bills, who are 6-4. A big game for them. We get them at home. Let's go ahead and just get this over with. Simulate ahead now to week 13, where we will be playing the Cowboys. And man, would it be nice to go into that on a winning streak. We lose by a field goal. And the Cowboys are 11-1, and we got to play them on the road. The Chargers lost as well, so we're still in first, but the Chiefs now just a half game back at 7-5. Let's look at the stat line from this game against the Bills. And so we were on the road against the Titans and won. Then we play the Bills at home and lose. We threw it okay, ran it okay. We turned the ball over once, and that might have been the difference. They scored in the fourth quarter to take the lead. In fact, it might have been like, well, I don't know if that was 2 field goals. It's hard to tell. We'll see in a second. Player stats. Josh Allen, 206, no touchdowns or interceptions. We sacked him 4 times, and he's completing just over 50% of his passes. But the numbers for Brett Morris were very similar, but he also threw an interception. Singletary ran it okay. Javonte Williams ran it well. We just didn't run it enough, apparently. Nobody else really contributing. Cohen had a touchdown. Stevenson never even touched the ball. Max Williams, a good tight end, 5 catches, 92 yards. Cortland Sutton, 79 yards and a touchdown. Jerry Jeudy. See, I like seeing the yards per catch up above 15. That's good. Tim Patrick, 3 catches, 38 yards. Noah Fant, not much of a factor today. So that kind of stinks. All right. Wait, it's already sorted here. So 14 tackles for Matt Milano. Darby, our leading tackler. Again, there's Chubb, Johnston, Jewell. Where's our boy McPherson? Dang, dude. 3 tackles at middle linebacker. That's just not going to get it done. We got to stop having games like that out of him. All right, a bunch of sacks. 2 for Rousseau. 1 for Chubb, Johnston, Epinesa. The rookie Webster gets another one. He might be in the hunt for Rookie of the Year, but he's probably going to have to get like 12 sacks, I would imagine, to get into that discussion. Draymond Jones, another sack. Milano and Oliver combined. And who had the interception for them? Tre'Davious White. Not a huge surprise there. He's a pretty darn good player. All right. Yep, they kicked 2 field goals in the fourth quarter to win, including a 55-yarder. McManus missed a field goal at some point, and that might have been the difference in the game. 6 punts for Foster, 4 for Gervasi. A good day for him. Average of 46.5 yards on the net. That's really good. So, but it's a loss, and what it means is now we're actually going to get to play the final game of this episode, where we simmed the first 2, and now we're ready to actually play one, and it's going to be a big one on the road against the Cowboys. We've got negotiations to do, first time in a couple of weeks, so let's knock these out. Who do we got? McTelvin Ajim. He's only a 72 overall, but he's 25 years old. A pretty good option for us as a backup left end. It kind of fits our scheme as a big guy. He's 309 pounds, power rusher type, decent at run stopping. I kind of like this guy as a backup. Let's give him a 2-year deal instead of a 1-year deal. We'll drop the bonus down to $750K, and let's actually leave the salary where it is and see if he'll take this anyway. No, he wants more salary, but we'll give that a try next week. Weatherly, you're gone. 68 overall, 29 years old, normal dev trait, and he's not very good at pass coverage. As a linebacker, I don't have any use for you. So, thank you for your services, but they are no longer needed. All right. Weekly strategy. I think against the Cowboys, we want to focus on stopping the run. They're okay throwing the football, but Zeke Elliott is the thing that we need to worry about, because if he's running for 5-6 yards a carry on the day and 160 yards, or even a higher yards per carry, we're in trouble. We got to stop the big runs. He's leading the league in rush attempts, rush yards, 6th in yards per carry. Like, this guy is a threat. We got to try and stop him. So I like the idea of the defend outside run as the priority there. And then offensively, we are going to try and throw it here. They're really good against the run. Now, some of that might be if they're playing with leads, teams throw it more. We got to worry about Micah Parsons. We know that that guy is going to be a menace in the NFL for a while. So blitz counter, I think, is the right approach there. We will try and run it, though. The longer we can keep their offense on the sideline, the better off we will be, because that's their strength. And if we can play keep away, I like our chances in this one. In fact, let's actually go and say rush for 150 plus, because we're going to try and, at least early in the game, put a little bit of extra emphasis on running the football to try and keep it away from them. And if that's working, then as the game goes on, if we've got a lead or whatever, then we run it even more to try and work the clock down. So I think that's going to be sort of the hope. But we'll throw it if it's there, and if we have to. We just hope that we can, do well enough running the football to stay balanced. Jerry Jeudy gets an upgrade. Continue to go with route running. He's up to an 87 overall. Kari Willis. He's pretty good at run support already. I'm actually going to go, let's go here, zone, and just try and keep him as balanced as possible. Lloyd Cushenberry. Keep emphasizing power and hope that pass protection just slowly comes up with it. It's not going to with that one. Although strength and awareness might be enough to inch it up one, but probably not. Draymond Jones, continue going power rusher. It's the scheme fit, and now he is extremely balanced. He's a good player. Only 26 years old, star dev trait, and a 78 overall, but in every archetype he's a 78. So he can do a little bit of everything pretty well. I love players like that. Andre Dillard, we're going to go power. Try and get him a little bit better on that side. And then Patrick Surtain getting another upgrade. And we are going to go zone again. I think we did that last time to just try and get him a little bit better as far as his overall balance. He's got the superstar X factor. I mean, this guy, 23 years old, already a 90 overall. So he's probably going to get up toward the high 90s by the time he's like 26. And still have a handful of good years left in him beyond that, just because of how good he will be at the time. And by that point, I'll probably also have unlocked the Fountain of Youth thing in the talent tree, to where I can just say, keep my cornerbacks from regressing, and then he stays that good for a long time. So we'll see, but that's the plan. All right, we are ready for the action here, so let's just dive right in. Denver at Dallas, coming at you. And here we are at AT&T Stadium in Dallas, site of the obnoxiously large Jumbotron, and it's going to be the Cowboys and the Broncos. The Cowboys obviously playing very good football at this point in the season with the best record in the NFL, and they look to keep it going here. Denver is going to get the football first. It's going to be Bryant downing this one as he fields that one 5 yards deep in the end zone, and Denver's going to take over 1st and 10 at the 25 with Brett Morris at the helm, and he has been very efficient for the Broncos this year. Over 2,500 yards passing, 17 touchdowns, just 6 interceptions at this point in the year. Now 1st and 10 from the 36, it's going to be Trey Stevenson to the outside. He's got 10 yards and a first down. That'll move the chains, and now the next play, it's going to be Morris from the pocket. He's going to sling it out to Jerry Jeudy. That's going to get him into Dallas territory down to the 39-yard line. Now 2nd and 7 from the 26. Morris looking to throw. Rolling out to his right, now going to throw it down the middle. It's Jerry Jeudy wide open, and he's going to take this in from the 26-yard line. It is a big-time touchdown there for the Broncos as they get out front early. They would lead 7-0, and here comes Dak Prescott in this Cowboys offense. You see his numbers there. over 3,000 yards passing, 22 touchdowns, but 10 interceptions. So ball control may be a little bit of a challenge for the Cowboys, but it hasn't hurt them too much so far this season. Now 3rd and 6 on that ensuing drive from the 29-yard line to the other 44. It's a gain of 27, complete to his tight end, Kahoko, and that's going to get him into Denver territory. Now 1st and 10. Next play, it's going to be Zeke Elliott up the middle. He's got 10 yards and a first down. You see Collins there shaking up on the play, so that's a lineman out of the ball game for the Cowboys. Now 3rd and 5. Good protection here. Out to his tight end again. He's going to be pushed out of bounds, but he does have the first down, but another Cowboys offensive lineman shaking up on that play, so we'll see if that becomes an issue as the game unfolds. Now 2nd and 8 from the 22. They fake the handoff. It's Dak looking to throw. He's got plenty of time. Rolls out to his right. Now throwing back down the middle, and it is complete to the tight end again. 3 completions on 3 tries, and that is 52 yards receiving for the big tight end already in this one. And now on 1st and goal from the 2, as you would expect, they give it to Zeke Elliott, who just trots up the middle for the touchdown. Malik Reed shaking up on the play, but that's a 10-play drive going 75 yards, and the Cowboys respond to tie it at 7. Now on the ensuing drive, it's Jerry Jeudy wide open across the middle, and that's going to get him all the way into Dallas territory at the 49-yard line, and it's going to be 1st and 10. Now 3rd and 4, they go up the middle with Stevenson. He gets very close to the first down, reach for it, but they mark him a couple of inches short, and Denver is going to go for it. They go up the middle, and that is just way too easy on 4th and inches, as it's going to be Javonte Williams picking up the first down. That's the last play of the first quarter, and we're tied at 7 after 1 frame here in Dallas. Now 1st and 10 from the 21. Play action. Morris looking to throw, going to Noah Fant on the corner route. He goes up and gets it over the linebacker there, and he's got himself his first touchdown catch of the day. Make it 13-7 there, pending the extra point, which would be good, and it's going to be 14-7 Denver, as you see the nice leaping grab there from the star tight end. Now on the ensuing drive, confusion there. Zeke could have blocked the guy coming in to try and get to Dak Prescott, but I don't know exactly what happened there. It's a sack, and now the Denver defense able to force the 3 and out, as that's intended for Amari Cooper, but incomplete. Now 4th and 6, they punt it away. Bryant going to have a short return here, and Denver will start from the 32-yard line. Now they bring it all the way down to the 12. They go up the middle with Tariq Cohen. That's going to make it a 2-score game. That is just way too easy up the middle against this Dallas defense, which looks really porous in the early going here. Now on the ensuing drive, 2nd down and 7. It's Dak trying to get out of the pocket, but he is going to be sacked by the rookie Webster for a short loss. Denver gets the ball back. They drive down and kick a field goal with 33 seconds left in the half to make it 24-7, and things starting to get away from Dallas here early, or at least in the first half, as they got blanked in that second quarter, 17-0. Denver taking a 17-point lead as it's 24-7 at halftime. And you can see the offense for the Cowboys has been atrocious. The Broncos have been able to move the ball with extreme ease, no turnovers, but it is a 17-point deficit for Dallas. And now we look at some scores around the league. As you see here, it's the Raiders taking down the Lions 38-13 in Detroit in that one. Then we look at a couple of games in the division there, as it's the Chiefs and the Chargers. And LA taking that one 35-20 at home against their division rival. Nice game there against the Rams, where the Giants pick up a win 17-14, and a couple of close ball games across the league here. You see another one there, the Titans taking down the Colts by a final of 27-24. Buccaneers edged out the Saints 24-20, and now we're ready for second half action. 3rd and 8 on the opening drive. Dak probably could have run with this, but instead swings it outside to Amari Cooper, and instead of him going upfield to get the first down, he kind of goes at an angle and gets tackled just inches shy of the first down, and then they decide to punt from the 46-yard line, 4th and inches, trailing by 17. They give up the ball. Denver gets it, and this thing might get away from Dallas if their defense can't step up. Now 3rd and 14 on that ensuing drive. They try and set up the screen, but Dallas all over that one. Cohen taken down just after a yard gain there, and they would have to punt. So now 4th and 13 from the 48. It's Gervasi punting it, lands it at the 4. It spins back to about the 5, where they will down it, and Dallas has to go a long way if they're going to try and score, and they don't get very far. It's 3rd and 8 from the 17. That's complete to Fehoko, but he is wrapped up by a gang of Denver tacklers there and stopped a couple of yards short of the first down. Now ensuing drive, it's Morris looking to throw. Good protection. He's going to send that down the middle to Stevenson, and it's first down out to the 45-yard line. and now 2nd and 7. They go play action. Morris looking to throw, and he's going on that corner route to Fant again. This time they try to have a safety cover him, and that didn't work. Beautiful pass there by Brett Morris, and that makes it 1st and 10 from the 27. And they go play action, and he's going deep for Jerry Jeudy. Drops it in a basket for the touchdown grab. That is the 2nd touchdown of the day for Jerry Jeudy, a 27-yard strike, and Denver now pulling away as that's going to make it 30-7. The extra point would be good. Look at that pass right there, just on the money, hits him in stride for the score. Now on the ensuing drive, 1st and 10 from the 43. Last play of the third quarter. Dak does not slide, gets hit, fumbles. Johnston recovers for the Broncos, and now it's going to be the Broncos' ball to start the fourth quarter, already ahead by 24 points. And this is not going the way Dallas had hoped. Now 2nd and 10 on that ensuing drive. Does this play look familiar? How about a deep ball to Jerry Jeudy on the go route? And again, on the money with that throw for the 3rd touchdown pass to Jerry Jeudy. That one for 35 yards. Later in the fourth quarter, it's Jerry Jeudy again for the short touchdown grab. Give him 4 touchdown catches on the afternoon. That would make it 44-7. The extra point would be good. That would make it a 45-10 final as Dallas just absolutely gets torched at home in this one. Dallas just not able to move the football. Denver pouring it on all night long, and that was not what Dallas had in mind in this one, to say the least. Brett Morris, 158 QB rating as he was 19 for 24, 298 yards and 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. Dak was actually not that bad with 18 out of 23, but just for 135 yards, and he was sacked a handful of times, lost the ball on a fumble. Javonte Williams ran the ball pretty well for 102 yards. Zeke was bottled up a little bit, just 3.9 yards a carry, 59 yards on the day, but he did have a touchdown. Stevenson, a nice day on the ground. Tariq Cohen, 32 yards and a touchdown. Jerry Jeudy, absolutely the player of the game in this one. 8 catches, 157 yards, and 4 touchdown grabs for the young wide receiver. Fehoko had a nice day receiving for the Cowboys. Fant, also a pretty solid day with 72 yards and a touchdown grab himself. And then everything else was just kind of spread out. But look at Amari Cooper, just 1 catch for 7 yards, and that's the one where he failed to get upfield for the first down, so just a terrible game out of him. Van Der Esch led all tacklers with 14, Trayvon Diggs with 10, and then you see there Will McPherson, the leading tackler for Denver, with 7, including 2 for a loss. Bradley Chubb, 3 tackles for a loss, 2 sacks. Gallimore had a sack, and so did the rookie James Webster. So the beast from the southeast is getting it done for Denver so far this season. And then you see Austin Seibert, a 55-yard field goal, the highlight of the day for him. McManus was pretty solid. Sam Martin, 3 punts, a net average of 36 yards. Gervasi, that one nice punt where they got it down at the 5-yard line. The rookie having a pretty good year so far. And Denver just rolls in this one, 45-10 in Dallas. All right, so a nice win for us against the Cowboys, just absolutely smoking them, 45-10. And we've played well in the games that we've controlled for the most part. It's been a while since we've lost any of those games, and we've won several of them in very impressive, convincing fashion. Now, the 27 points that we've got, like I already got this boost here, which is 27 points. I think we might want to go and get this one as well, which will give us plus 4 strength for our entire defensive line. The alternative here would be press coverage boosts for our corners, but I like this one better. So we'll do that. That'll use up all of our staff points, and that should be all we need to do for this week. So I think we're ready to go ahead now and advance to, what will it be, week 14? Yeah. So it'll be week 14. We will be taking on the Vikings. Excuse me. And that'll be a game that we simulate. So we'll see how that goes. But the next episode will start with the Vikings. And then I think I saw the Raiders and Chargers on deck. So we've got some big games coming up in the division with week 15 against the Raiders, then the Chargers, then the Raiders again, and I'll bet you we've got the Chiefs in week 18. to round out the season. But the Vikings coming into this one also 8-4, and right now we're tied with the Chargers for first place in the division. And the Chiefs, you can never kind of count them out, but at 7-6 we at least have a little bit of a cushion. The Raiders are terrible, but if there's anything I know about the Raiders is that you just never bet on them or against them because you never know what the heck they're going to do. They're so unpredictable. It's agonizing as a fan of that team. But anyway, that'll do it for this episode. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment below, and we will see y'all next time.
Good evening, friends and neighbors. Or shall I say this afternoon?